For almost 4 years, I worked remotely for an auto parts company. I was good at my job. Not pretty good. Better than everyone else in my department by the numbers, every single week. And for that, for being good, they decided to punish me. So when they did, I gave them exactly what they asked for. Nothing more. Let me tell you how that went. The company was founded right here in my area, but its reach was global. If you needed a hard-to-find car part, anything from a Model T or a Model A Ford all the way up to a modern muscle car, there was a good chance we had it, or it could get. That reputation was the whole business. Sure, we had the usual headaches, supplier issues, shipping delays, you name it, but people came to us because we found the parts nobody else could. Then one of the brilliant minds in management decided to buy us a brand new sales, parts, and service program. And from there, it went downhill. One system swore we had 10 of an item in stock. Inventory insisted we had none. Accounting said a vendor was owed money. Another program said we owed nothing. Nobody really knew what was going on. We only pieced it together later, after the manager responsible quietly left the building with a very generous severance package. We started losing everything. Business, customers, vendors. Conversely, I was a case manager back then, which meant I spent my days on the phone feeding customers whatever company line I'd been handed that morning, just trying to keep them happy. People were furious, and honestly, they had every right to be. The turnover got brutal. At one point, the whole company nearly went bankrupt. That's when Big Auto Parts showed up. I'll call them BAP. They came in promising to fix everything, and to their credit, they mostly did. They paid off the vendors, closed out the bad accounts, repaired the broken relationships. Matter of fact, they also let go 60% of the people in my building. Sad, but that's the price of business. About 6 months later, I got promoted to Customer Operations Specialist. No more taking calls, now I made them. There was one other person in the department. I'll call her Lucy. I'd research the problem, she'd call the customer with a fix. Amused, Lucy lasted 3 weeks before she decided this wasn't for her and left, which left a big hole. So they asked me to do both jobs, and it actually worked beautifully. I already knew the situations inside and out, so I could solve them right there on the call. My supervisor noticed, put me in for a small raise, and I got it. Good money, doing work I genuinely enjoyed. Now, as we grew, the work piled up. We had a ticket system. Not perfect, but it did the job. Every so often, it would hiccup and dump hundreds, sometimes thousands of junk tickets onto my desk. I started spotting the patterns and flagging them so someone paid more than me could fix the real problem. Matter of fact, they also cross-trained me into the areas that were drowning, and it didn't take long before I was doing other people's jobs better than they were. Part me wanting to succeed, part them wanting to do the bare minimum. Remember that part. Now, we had a point system. It tracked how many tickets you worked, how long you spent, and whether you could close them clean. To earn the weekly bonus, an extra $2.50 an hour, you needed 200 calls and 2,400 points. Every week, I made 300 to 500 calls and hit nearly 7,000 points. The bonus put me comfortably over $20 an hour. I thought I was doing great, because I was. Here's something about me. Years ago, I got a degree in video production. That was always my real passion. But I was good at this job and happy. Biannual trips to corporate up north, a building full of friends. Even the owners knew me by name. Then, my wife, who just started working for the local sheriff, emailed me. There was an opening in their media department. Matter of fact, I applied. Went through a 3-month process. It went so smoothly that at one point the sheriff himself called me just to say he was excited I'd applied. Meanwhile, back at the company, I kept getting talked to about my numbers. My supervisor said they were too high, that no one else makes nearly that many points. Dry, when I said I was just following the metrics, doing my job, he told me changes were coming. And then on the exact day the sheriff called with the offer, I had a meeting with that supervisor. Before I could say a word about leaving, he announced it, a new point system. He ran my current week through it. My 7,000 points, deadpan, under the new math, worth 1,800, far below the minimum for the bonus. Matter of fact, I told him, plainly, that this was punishing good performance. He said, and I quote, "Well, that's what the company wants to do." So, handing in my 2 weeks right then and there got very easy. Dry, and what sealed it? Because my 40-hour week ended on a Friday and the pay week didn't close until Saturday, a day I wasn't scheduled, they planned to withhold the comp time, sick time, and vacation I had already earned over a technicality after 4 years. Now, I actually liked my supervisor. He was younger than my own son. He was disabled, a genuinely good kid with a good heart. He just had to follow procedure. So I told him, plainly, for my last 2 weeks, I'll do exactly what my original job description requires, and nothing more. Amused, it was glorious. The rule was simple. If your assigned work was done and there was nothing left for the day, you could clock out and use your earned time. So I did. Only my assigned areas. The second they were clear, I clocked out and burned through my comp time to the last minute. Matter of fact, I could still see every ticket queue in the areas I used to cover. And those numbers started climbing, out of control. My supervisor's boss called me more than once, asking for help. I'd point out that it wouldn't be fair to take points from the others when I was leaving, and that, per policy, my work was done, so I was free to go. He'd stammer about doing what's good for the company. Deadpan, I told him, I'm doing what's good for me. Unless you can beat what the sheriff is paying, I'll do exactly what I'm paid to do here until my last day. Satisfied, on that last day, I checked the queues one final time. My area? 0. The others, the ones that used to sit at maybe 10 open, showed hundreds. Warm. About 6 months later, a coworker I actually liked sent me a Christmas message. They still hadn't found anyone who could do what I'd done. Amused. But me? I was exactly where I wanted to be, doing the thing I love. And I plan to stay a long, long time.